Hey guys, what's up? Nick here once again, and I am extremely excited to do a full unboxing and first impressions of the Steam Deck. As you all know, or maybe you don't, this has been one of the most requested items of the past year from everybody. It's been very difficult to get. They've been on back orders for like ever, but thankfully it seems to be finally here and ready to go. It took me about a good solid 2 months to get mine. I reserved it back in July, got the offer to purchase it about 2 weeks ago, and here it is on my doorstep this morning, ready to go. So this is the box it comes in, like literally out of the packaging. This is what it comes in, is the carrying case and then an accessories box. So let's actually get the accessories out of the way first, because one thing I was actually kind of excited about with this is it does charge via USB-C, which is really nice because I'm an Android fan, so my phone also charges via USB-C, and thus I have a ton of USB-C cables around my house, so I won't have any issues with that. It's no type of proprietary charging, which is really nice. It does come with kind of like a laptop charger in a way. I believe this is a 45 volt USB-C charger. It does not disconnect, which is a little bit of a bummer, but thankfully I do have one coming in the mail that's a 45 watt brick for the wall, so I can use any USB-C cable. And then this is a pretty lengthy cable. I'm gonna guess probably about 3 feet, maybe 6 feet, but that would be a stretch. And then it is USB-C, as you can see there. But yeah, this, I believe, let me just make sure on the bottom here. I think this is 45 watt. It doesn't say on here specifically, but I'm gonna assume since the 45 is in the model number that it is 45 watts. So we're gonna go with that. And then I think that's it for the accessories. There might be a little instruction booklet in here. Yeah, there is, but this, oh, it's actually kind of a chunky boy. That's actually kind of impressive for 2022, but obviously in multiple languages, and this is probably more of warranty stuff than it is actual instructions. So we're gonna put this to the side for now, and we're gonna get to the main event here. So going around on the front, your games are going places. Very cool reflective coloring. I do like that. Going to the back, just a ton of mumbo jumbo. Again, probably about warranties and Wi-Fi and all that good stuff. Nothing else really to look at. So let's open up the plastic. Slide her on out. And this is the 512 gigabyte model. I apologize, I didn't say that right away. This is the premium model per se. It's got a better display, apparently with anti-glaring etched on, which is pretty cool, and it's more scratch resistant, and of course has the biggest size SSD built in, which is 512 gigs. I also went out and purchased a 512 gigabyte micro SD card because you can expand the storage, and then who knows, maybe down the road I could open it up and actually put a new M.2 drive in it that's bigger, but I just felt like 1 terabyte in total is more than enough for me for my games. Because I'm probably gonna, I don't really know, I'll probably use this for emulations and a couple other big games, but it's not really meant to be used for the AAA games, so that is something to keep in mind. But take that to the side. Again, nothing around there really. Just look at this thing, dude. I love the Steam logo. It is etched. It's like rubberized, actually. It sticks out a little bit. It's 3D. But this thing feels solid. It doesn't feel cheap at any means. It's got a strap back here and a little pouch, it looks like, so you can probably put some cables in it, like the charger. Nice. Maybe some headphones or something, maybe glasses, whatever you want. That's cool, that's included. And again, this is a strap, so you could, I don't know, strap this on the back of your luggage on a plane or something like that, or on your back, or on your backpack, wherever feels comfortable. We do have these nice rubberized textured zippers. It's pretty cool. There's a little plastic thing on here so it doesn't open up via travel, so we're gonna cut that off. It does say Valve on it. It's pretty neat. And let's open her up. Okay. Oh, sorry, backwards. Fail. My bad. Oh, holy stromboli. There she is, dude. If my camera will focus, what the heck? Holy crap, camera. Okay, my camera is so shocked by the sheer sight of the Steam Deck, it can't handle it. Okay, I think I got the camera to stop freaking out so we can actually take a look at this thing. Man, this thing is a beast. It's not, you know, it's hefty, but it's not heavy. I know one of my friends who got one of these a few months ago, he said the same thing. He's like, at first impressions, you're gonna think it's kind of heavy, but it's actually distributed really well in terms of its weight on the both sides, on the love handles, I like to call them. So it doesn't feel heavy in the hand because of that, which is really nice. Because obviously this is a two-handed device, you're not going to be using it with one hand, so that's pretty cool. And before we go around the actual body, let's check out what else is in the carrying case here. And of course, obviously this is a carrying case, you can bring it along with you and it comes free with the device, no extra purchase. So again, good on you, Valve. Looks like we also get a microfiber cloth, which is pretty cool for cleaning the display. Because it's a handheld device, you're going to get smudges and scratches on it, so it's bound to happen. I do recommend probably getting a screen protector of some sort. I did not get one at the moment, but I will in the near future. It's just one of those things where like screen protectors, like I treat these things like babies. I'm very careful. So screen protector is just not really needed for me, but I probably will get one down the road anyway. But that seems to be it for what's in the box. I mean, that's it. There's no more pouches or anything in the inside, which is a little bit of a bummer. I kind of wish there would have been an inside pouch in here or something like that, but at least they do have this little tab, I guess. Or oh wait, does this open? What is this tab for? Maybe it's just to get the Steam Deck out, maybe easier than having to use your hands. I don't know. But yeah, that's it for the actual carrying case, so we can put that to the side and come back to the main attraction. So getting a little bit of a close-up here, we have the beautiful, gorgeous screen here. I don't have the specs in front of me, I apologize. This roughly looks like a 7-inch display, but I'll probably put the specs on the screen here. And it's a gorgeous display. I believe it's LCD, it's not OLED, which is kind of a bummer. I know the Switch just came out with the OLED version, and I wish I had a comparison. But if you're looking for a size comparison, here is the original OG Switch next to or above the Steam Deck. So I know a lot of you guys have this at home, so if you want to go pick it up right now, you can really tell the difference in size ratio here to the Steam Deck. Here is also thickness. Honestly, it's not that much thicker in the middle part. It's mostly where the joysticks are, or where your hands are going to be resting is where the actual thickness comes in, and most of the weight, and probably where the battery is. But you can see they took a lot of inspiration from the Switch's design, both from where the volume controls are, the L1, L2 buttons, and then you have the grill for the heat to disperse from the processor, which is pretty cool. So yeah, so let's put the Switch away again. And in terms of weight, the Switch is obviously lighter than the Steam Deck. But again, with that being said, this does not feel like a heavy device, which is pretty astonishing to say with how big and bulky it is. But yeah, we have the touch pads on the bottom here, the joysticks, which these feel amazing. Like, I'm not even lying. I have a PS5 controller here. I gotta say, these feel better than the PS5 controller. That's saying something. I mean, for a handheld device, I mean, yeah, it's got to have good inputs on it. D-pad even feels really well made. Nice. That doesn't have tactile feedback, but it's not mushy either. It's kind of a perfect in between. Pretty much the same as like on a PS5 controller. Or I think the PS4 is the same, honestly. But yeah, it's not like a tactile feedback. It's just kind of a little bit mushy in between feedback, but it feels really good. As for the buttons, we have the Steam button, menu button. I believe these also, yep, the touchpads do click down on both sides. Main buttons feel really good. Your basic X, Y, A, B. You have the menu again. It looks like a screenshot button. Both feel very good. Again, no tactile feedback, but they feel good regardless. On top, we do have tactile feedback with the volume buttons. Those feel good. Not gonna hit the power button yet. It does say in the instructions when I first opened it. I apologize you didn't see that because again, I wasn't expecting it to just be right away. Here's the control, or here's the case ready to go. I thought there was gonna be more to the unboxing experience. So when you actually open up the package it comes in, it has like a big sheet that says please charge before powering on. So we're gonna do that. But we do have a headphone jack in 2022. That's great to see. So yes, it does have Bluetooth as well, but you can use a headphone jack if you want to. USB-C, like I stated before, both for charging, and you can connect a dock to it. Use it with USB-A adapters if you'd like for like a mouse and keyboard, which is pretty awesome, or even like a gaming headset, which is pretty cool. Power button, again, we have the R1, R2, L2, L1, and then the R triggers. So they do have they have pretty good feedback, pretty good force to it. Doesn't feel chintzy or cheap. It's nowhere near the triggers on the PS5 controller, though. These are probably the best I've ever felt on a controller, to be honest with you, but it's pretty damn close. That's definitely saying something. We do have the two front-firing speakers. Again, I've heard these are very strong and very good quality. Excited to test those out. And then on the back, we have another grill here for heatsink, and then we have some extra buttons. We have an R4, R5, L4, L5. These have a pretty tactile feedback, but you can tell they do require quite the amount of resistance to press down, which I think is actually a good thing. You're not going to accidentally press these while playing games. And it's nice that you can actually have these extra buttons to program them, because if you're a PC gamer, you know that you need all the inputs you can find, especially when it comes to first-person shooters, like with a grenade button and all that good stuff. But that seems to be it for the outside of the device. Is there anything on the bottom? We do have the micro SD card slot. One thing I will say, I do wish they kind of covered up it. I wish there was like a little flap that went over it. It just feels kind of weird that it's out in the open. I don't think this has any water resistance or anything like that, so I'm not really worried about that. It's more of just, I feel anybody could come by and click it and it could fall out. But who knows? I guess I'll just come in testing, right? And then nothing on the right side either. So let's get this plugged in and charged up, and we'll give it a shot turning it on. All right, so we are back with the Steam Deck here. I did download some games to it. Anyway, I did download Firefox as the internet browser. This is the desktop mode. This is not the mode you will see right out of the box, but I did want to talk about this a little bit because this is just so damn cool. It's literally a pocket PC at this point. You literally have everything from your regular desktop, like the start button. You can go into your settings and system and all your applications right from here. Easy peasy. You can add them right to your desktop. You can have a little quick access bar down here, as well as, of course, your settings on the right side here with your battery percentage, Wi-Fi connectivity, all that good stuff. And it's just really cool that you can download other applications such as the Epic Game Launcher and stuff like that to play other games that aren't just Steam related. You can also, of course, side boot Windows onto here as well. I wouldn't recommend it because from what I've seen from a lot of reviewers, it doesn't work too well with the Steam Deck, at least at its current state. So it's something I might do in the future, but not for right now. And it is running off Linux at the moment. We also use the trackpad on the right here, as you can see as the cursor. It's pretty unique how this works too, because it gives you some really nice vibration feedback when moving around on the cursor. And it kind of, the best way to describe it, if you guys ever played those really chintzy golf games at like your local arcade or maybe at like a local bar where you'd spin the ball to hit the golf ball, this is literally what it feels like. It's the best way to describe it because it actually, when you swipe, you'll notice the cursor will keep moving even after I've like let go of the pad because it has momentum. So it's really cool. It works really well. So definitely interesting. We're going to return back into gaming mode, essentially what they call it. And this is the interface you will see right out of the box when you first turn it on. It's basically the Steam big mode that you might see on your computer if you've ever tested that out in the past. So you have a little bit of a cool intro there when you first turn on the Steam Deck. And then right away, you're greeted with your recent game activity, as well as you can kind of go around and test out some other things. So here you can actually see your other games here. I did download Rocket League, Wreckfest, Spider-Man Remastered, Doom Eternal, and Days Gone just to start out. I'll also be downloading some other games in the future just to mess around with on here because I know I have a huge library of games that I want to try out on the Steam Deck. Just not all of them have necessarily been deemed as working with the Steam Deck. A lot of people, though, have said that even if it's not necessarily coded or like checked off as yes, it's good for Steam Deck, it still can work and it might run just fine. It just hasn't been approved by the people who are personally going out and testing the games out. But, you know, there's hundreds of thousands of games on Steam, so it's only a matter of time before they actually get to every single game, but it's going to take some time. But with that, for on camera here for the first time, let's boot up a game and see how it runs. I'm actually going to try out Wreckfest, because this is one of my favorite games. I had a full video on this game actually just a couple weeks ago. People have been really enjoying it. I'm going to do it with mods disabled just because I don't want to break anything. Let's see. This game will use recommended template layout. Cool. It's good to know. So I'll be using the analog sticks as normal. And we'll see live here just how fast it takes to boot and how well it's going to run just without messing with any settings. And I will say, I'm not expecting this to run perfectly. I'm not expecting it to run flawlessly at 60 frames a second. I'm not expecting it to run at ultra quality. That is just, you know, you're reaching for the stars at that point. But I am expecting it to at least run at 30 frames a second, be slightly smooth gameplay, and just to at least look a little bit nice on this 7-inch display. So either way, I think it's going to run just fine, at least from what I've seen gameplay-wise, that this game has run just fine on the Steam Deck. You have no local save data. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see, restore from the cloud. Yes, let's restore from the cloud. I think. I think I hit A on it and it worked, but it's just loading. I think anyway. It's hard to tell. Maybe I have to touchscreen it. Yeah, I did. All right, so I don't know if I should leave it on high quality preset. I'll try it. We'll see what it does. Everything else, I think I'm gonna leave the way it should. So we'll just, because that might be like what it's recommending. I don't want to mess with that and break anything. Alrighty. All right, we're in, but it looks like the resolution is not correct. So let's see. Let's see if I can change that, because obviously that is not correct. We're gonna go to settings, display. Let's do 720. Then let's save. Oh, I think it's saving. Oh, I had to reset. Okay. But I think now it's set to 720. Yeah, there we go. Now it's filling up the whole screen. Sweet. It's gonna be a little bit tricky because I'm not gonna be looking straight down at the screen like you normally would when playing this. I'm looking at my monitor over here, what my camera is seeing. So my gameplay is probably gonna be trash, but that's all right. We're gonna go to custom event. Do the death loop. And sure, why not? We'll use this guy. We'll use the hearse. All right. I might need to turn down the volume a little bit because I don't want it to be screaming at me. So far, so good, though. Loading time's a little bit slow, I will admit. But again, I'm not expecting anything crazy. I will also say this is running off of my SD card. So it's running off the external storage, not the internal. So your mileage may vary there, depending on what kind of card you get. I got a pretty expensive one, so I'm hoping it's a little bit faster than normal. But that being said, it might even run even better if I'm using the internal storage, which at this moment I'm not. Wow, this looks really good. All right, let's go. Guys, this is running really well. And this, again, this is on high, I think is the settings. 720p resolution. But on this little display, I mean, it's not even little, to be honest with you, but compared to like a full-blown monitor, this is all you need. But I definitely, this feels like 60 frames a second. I'm not noticing any hiccups. I wonder, is there a way I can turn on... I know there is a way to show your, like, what do you call it? Your frames per second and stuff like that, like your performance. Ah, there we go. Okay. So I guess it's this thing that looked like it was going to be changing some settings. So 1 is showing your FPS. 2 shows your GPU percentage, CPU percentage, battery. Wow, you can see everything with this. But let's just show the FPS for now. Because I really want to see, you know, how much does it stutter? Does it stay to like a steady 60? So even when crashing into stuff, we are at a steady 60 frames a second. Okay, it dropped to 55, but to be honest, I'm surprised to see anything above 30. I'm genuinely surprised. Now, I don't know if you can hear it in the background. My mic probably isn't picking it up, but there is a lot of fan noise. It's not, I won't even say a lot. It's not like ear deafening or annoying. This thing is going to make fan noise from time to time, especially with heavy load with certain games. But like right now, it's pretty quiet. It's just from time to time it revs up. But that's pretty astonishing at how good the cooling is on this thing for literally, like, this game looks so good. This is amazing. This is so cool that's on the go. This is making me blush, like, no joke. So Wreckfest running at a smooth 60 frames a second without a hiccup at high settings. Again, high settings. That's blowing me away right now. I thought I was going to have to run this at low and at 30. So the fact that I can run 60 at high, like, that's nuts, dude. Absolutely not nuts, bonkers. So you can change the view. Camera. Analogs feel really good. Controls feel super tight. My hand doesn't feel cramped in this position either. I really thought with the controls being so high up on the Steam Deck, my hands would feel really cramped. And they really don't. I feel good. Now, in a more natural situation, if I wasn't under the camera, I probably would inch my hands a little bit higher up than what I have them right now. But this is just for your guys' viewing pleasure, to get the ultimate look and view of the display without my lights shining over them. You can kind of see when I angle my light there, you can see that anti-glare coating that's on the 512 gigabyte model. So anyway, so this is Wreckfest. Let's close out of this. Let's see, what's the easiest way to close out of a game? Here we go. So go up here, exit game, confirm. Boom, just like that. I gotta say, the UI is really clean, runs very, very well. I'm really curious to see Spider-Man Remastered. This is the one I've been waiting for. I did 100% this on PC, by the way. This is one of my favorite games ever. But that being said, I'm extremely excited to try this on a handheld device, on the go. I might even do my full replay through New Game Plus on the Steam Deck, if this works as well as I think it will. So this one didn't start up like Wreckfest did with the little menu choosing what the graphic settings and stuff are, so I'm really curious what's going to give us by default. This one seemed to load up a lot quicker too. I'm surprised. So this is all live, by the way, all real time. I didn't edit any of that out, so this is the loading, what the loading screens and the loading times will be like for you guys. Of course, depending on the game. I'm sure a game like Stardew Valley or something like that, a lower end game, probably will load a little bit quicker. But this is a AAA game that has like 4K quality ray tracing abilities. So seeing it on this thing is insane to me. Like legit insane. I can't even believe that this game can launch. All right, I'm just going to go into my 100% completed game because there's no missions or anything. So I just want to swing around, dude. I want to swing around the city and see what it looks like. I'm like nervous that it's not going to work. But I'm also extremely excited. So right now it is fluctuating from like 55 to 60 on average. We are loading in at the moment. Okay, now let's drop it on the 30. Ooh, big frame drop. Okay. Oh my God. Okay, so it looks like we're probably going to be at a steady 30 frames with this one. Which I think, if I remember right, I think the PS4 version was 30 frames. Oh my God. Okay, let's do this. Let's cap this at 30 frames and see what that does. So let's cap it at 30. Oh my God, dude. I hope you guys are seeing this right now on camera. This looks so good. What are the settings? Hold on. What are the graphic settings right now? Display. So we're at 800. We're actually past 720. We could go down a little bit. I'm gonna do that. Aspect ratio, upscaling. We're on medium settings, dude. And this is smooth as butter. Like, yeah, it's not 60. It could be better, but running this at 30 is not bad. It still feels very good. Look at this. This is on a handheld device. Oh my God, dude. Even on medium specs, this game still looks amazing. Dude. It feels kind of sacrilege playing Spider-Man on an Xbox technically Xbox configuration, but wow. This is amazing, dude. I can play this fully on the go without a hiccup. I locked it at 30 and it has not moved at all. It hasn't dropped below 30. Obviously, I'd have to play through the whole game to see if it keeps up that frame rate. You know, during cutscenes or something, it might, who knows, it might drop, but so far, this is pretty amazing. This is blowing me away. Wow. I really want to hear your guys' thoughts. Like, did you think this was going to run this well? I didn't. I thought this game was going to be like, hell no. You need a little bit beefier PC, boy. But, wow. Wowza. All right. So, like I said, I did download some other games on here. I have Rocket League and Days 1 and Doom Eternal. But honestly, if Spider-Man can run on this thing, any of those games are going to run perfectly. I can easily see all three of those running at 60 frames, actually. Now that I saw Wreckfest running at 60 so smoothly. This is beyond my expectations. Like, literally, what has it been? Almost 5 minutes now? And still not, it hasn't dropped below 30? This is amazing. All right, this is gonna be like an hour-long video if I don't stop it. So this has been my first impressions of the Steam Deck and my first look at the Steam Deck since getting it with the unboxing experience. And guys, this is amazing. Like, I was expecting really good things because of the stuff I've heard from people who've had this before I did, of course, and everyone's been blown away by it, and rightfully so. For the price, this thing is astounding. I could easily see them asking over $1,000 for this device, and I still would not have been upset with the performance I'm getting right now. The fact that you can get this model for under $700 is a steal. You can literally hook this, you can dock it to a monitor with a full keyboard and mouse, and it basically is a gaming PC at that point. Again, with full desktop mode and everything. Yeah, you might want to tinker around with it, and you can install Windows if you want to get all those programs on it and other games that you might not be able to get just from the Steam store. But the fact that you can do all that from this device without having to open it up and mess with it or anything is just, I've said this word a million times, but it's just the truth. It's just amazing. So, of course, I didn't get into everything in this video. It's not a full review. If you would like to see a full review, me go really in depth with this thing, it'll probably be like an hour-long video, no joke. Let me know in the comment section below, and of course, leave a like, share, support as always, so we do make more videos like this in the future. Your support means the world to me, and I appreciate everyone who stuck around this long in the video. And make sure to subscribe so you do not miss that next one, and hit the little bell button so you get notified whenever I do upload a new video. But yeah, what do you guys think of the Steam Deck? Do you have one? Are you waiting for one to come in the mail right now? Is that why you're on this video? Let me know. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and peace out.